under the bed. Parents Josh and Sarah from Nashville, Tennessee had never posted anything related to the paranormal on either one of their TikTok pages. That is, until one night, when Sarah and Josh discover something very strange on their bedroom security camera. Sarah is fast asleep in bed with her daughter Emma when this happens. Little Emma is sleeping peacefully with her doll when it inexplicably moves on its own. But creepiest of all, the child's shirt appears to be getting tugged by something that's just not there. Dad Josh believes this strange event to be something paranormal, but his wife Sarah is still skeptical. But it gets even creepier. Because late one night, Josh is at work and Sarah is fast asleep. Just around midnight, the baby monitor in Emma's bedroom records something terrifying. The TV in the room is on and little Emma is awake and seems to be curious about something underneath her bed. When she goes to investigate, the little girl appears to be getting pulled underneath the bed. Emma starts to cry and yells out for her mother, who soon wakes up and comes to her rescue. But just what happened to little Emma is unclear. Josh explains that he has no idea what happened to his daughter. He shows in a video that the space under Emma's bed is too small for anyone to have been hiding under there. So what do you think happened to little Emma? Could it be that some dark presence has attached itself to the toddler? Or just what is going on here? Let me know. The Highway 5 Ghost Girl. This next video, posted to Reddit by user Lil Goth Doll, was recorded from a monitor, then screen capped on a phone before it finally made its way to the internet. So it's a bit potato quality. Nevertheless, the video is chilling. It was pulled from the dashcam feed of two truck drivers after a very frightening incident. So, one night 2 truckers are driving on Highway 5 in Lynn, Alabama, when they get the scare of a lifetime. The panic-stricken truck drivers pull over and call 911. But when they check the highway and the surrounding area along with arriving police, they don't find anything. There's just no one there. After the truck drivers request a viewing of the footage recorded that night on Highway 5, they are shocked. Just like they thought, there is in fact a girl in a long dress walking across the road, seemingly getting hit by their truck. They later find out that there's a well-known ghost story associated with this road, Highway 5 in Lynn, Alabama. The story goes that 10 years ago on a rainy night, a teenage girl on her way home from her high school prom lost her life on the road after being hit by an 18-wheeler truck. Over the years, many truck drivers claim that they have witnessed a girl wearing a prom dress on Highway 5. So could it be that these truck drivers captured the prom dress ghost of Highway 5? Their reactions certainly look convincing. But as always, you decide. Being shadowed. YouTube ghost hunter Franco TV is investigating a supposedly haunted cemetery in Florida in the dead of night. He begins to get the feeling that he might not be alone.
I literally saw with the corner of my eye, like a black shadow just kind of move through here. Come on, Mike. That was the weirdest thing.
And then things get even weirder.
Alright. This is one of the areas that I think is most creepiest. What the hell is that? What the hell is that? It's moving. Holy crap. I just saw a black shadow again. Let me watch my six, hold on. Okay, that was weird.
But the frightening encounters don't stop there.
I don't know what to say. I'm actually getting a little bit creeped out right now. I have my car right there. Marco! No, probably asking why I'm saying Marco. It's a little inside joke. Well, it was supposed to be a joke, but on one of my videos I do the same thing. And you could actually hear a response back. What the f*** was that? What the f*** is that? I legit just saw a shadow. I legit just saw a shadow. Hello?
So did Franco TV see some sort of shadow being or catch a ghost on camera? Or is it all just an elaborate hoax? You decide. You can check out Frank's full video over on his channel, Franco TV. July. YouTube ghost hunters Spirit Encounters ITC are investigating an old graveyard in Cornwall, England. One of the group members sees a strange ghostly orb, but for some reason none of the rest are able to see it. Head researcher Chris Moon points his camera in the general direction of the orb and manages to catch something truly chilling. At first, it simply looks like a light. Then, as it blooms brighter, it reveals some bizarre faceless apparition, seemingly holding the light in its hand. Chris says he had no idea what he had caught until he reviewed his footage later. The Ghost Files. Popular German paranormal investigators Die Geisterakten, which translates to The Ghost Files, traveled to an allegedly haunted estate in Bad Ems, Germany. The sprawling structure was constructed in the 1920s and served as a critical care center run by the Protestant Church. The makeshift medical center was staffed by nuns and female church officials who devoted their lives to caring for the sick and the elderly. Many of the patients at the care center suffered from devastating and highly contagious diseases. So it's not surprising that over its 70-year history, many people lost their lives inside these walls, including men, women, children, and even the devoted nuns who often caught infectious diseases from the very patients that they were treating. The staff of the care center slowly dwindled until there was just no one left to care for patients. The care center was eventually left abandoned in 1993. Cut to current day. The abandoned historic building is said to be haunted by the spirits of its deceased patients. There are countless reports from visitors who claim to have seen dark apparitions and witnessed unexplained supernatural activity inside the old abandoned care home. The Degastrockton investigators split up into 3 teams to explore different sections of the massive building. When team members Daniel and Viola explore the basement, they begin to experience something truly bizarre.
Einfach durch so eine Tür gehen.
Hast du das gehört?
Was war? Was war?
Das klang gerade wie eine Stimme.
Ja, stimmt. Einfach durch so eine Tür gehen.
Hast du das gehört?
Hallo? Ist jemand bei uns? Hier war gerade schon wieder ein Schritt. Hallo? Jetzt von hier?
Mal gucken.
Auf jeden Fall.
Das sind definitiv Schritte. Hast du das gehört? Halt mal.
Was war?
Das hat ein bisschen geknallt. Hallo?
Daniel and Viola hear the unexplained voice of a child and soon after hear loud footsteps coming from all directions. The 2 investigators call out to whoever could be making the creepy sounds, but no answer. And Daniel and Viola aren't the only ones hearing strange things. Team members Julia and Katja are exploring another area of the building that used to be the children's ward, and they too start to hear something.
Okay. Ja, da kommt so viel Steuerbord für ihre Aussage. Das hört sich an, als ob ein Kind schreit. Hast du es gehört? Ja, ich hab's auch gehört. Da wieder. Der war ja mal ein Baby in der Kinderstation.
Julia and Katja also hear the creepy voice of a child coming from somewhere inside the building. Later into the investigation, Daniel and Viola start hearing unexplained footsteps on a stairway and begin to feel like someone is watching them. They set up a thermal imaging camera and connect to a large screen so that they can watch in real time. They sit down on the stairs and start to ask questions directed to any spirits still lingering in the abandoned care home. The 2 witness and capture something absolutely chilling.
Du bist noch auf der Treppe, ne?
Magst du mal die Treppe runterkommen? Komm doch mal zu uns. Setz dich doch mal zwischen uns. Das wird aber gerade kälter. Gerade wird's eiskalt.
Umso länger wir miteinander reden, umso mehr werdet ihr, ne? Gibt's irgendeinen Kommunikationsmechanismus, in dem ihr euch, wenn ihr mit uns redet, wenn ihr mit Menschen allgemein redet, der dann die anderen Energien anzieht?
Hinter uns und an deiner rechten Schulter.
Ich höre das rundherum gerade.
Ja, aber es sieht gerade, also bei dir rechts ist definitiv, irgendwie sieht es aus, als würde sich da irgendwas manifestieren. Also wir können dich sehen über unsere Technik, können wir dich so ein bisschen sichtbar machen. Magst du mal meine rechte Hand berühren?
The investigators watch as thermal shapes and distortions seem to appear all around them. One figure seems to rise up right between them, and another shape even seems to touch Daniel's hand. Meanwhile, Julie and Katja, who are exploring a different section of the large building, are also beginning to feel like they are not alone.
Okay, da war ein kleiner O. Wer ist das? Hallo? Daniel? Wer ist da? Jetzt ist jemand da. Hallo? Wer ist da? Was war das bitte? Das war mehr als gruselig. Jetzt müssen wir die anderen mal informieren. Oh Gott. Leute, wir sind nicht mehr alleine. Hallo, wer ist da? Oh mein Gott, mein Herz rast. Hallo? Alter, was geht da bitte ab? Oh mein Gott.
Julie and Katja hear disturbing sounds and movement coming from somewhere near them. Because the sounds are so loud, they think there might actually be another person in there with them. They decide to just get out of there. Using their walkie-talkies, they call the rest of the team back to their meeting point. But whatever is in the building seems to follow them. What happens next shocks them all.
Hier an der Treppe haben wir unten das Licht gesehen und die Stimme.
Hallo?
Das war der Junge.
Stefan?
Ja.
Hinter uns. Das klang gerade wie Stöckelschuhe. Habt ihr das gehört?
Ja, was wie vorhin auf der Treppe.
Stöckelschuhe. Stöckelschuhe. Ganz eindeutig. Hallo?
Stefan is downstairs when the rest of the team hears the sound of high heels coming down a hallway. When they look down the hall, one of their cameras captures the dark silhouette of what seems to be a woman walking from right to left before suddenly vanishing into thin air. So did the Geisterakten capture the spirits of deceased patients that are said to haunt the abandoned building? And if not, just what did they capture? You can watch this full 2-hour episode and many more creepy investigations over on the YouTube channel, The Geisterakten. This next video is said to take place at a haunted cemetery in York, Maine. The story goes that a white witch named Mary was buried here in 1776, and that her ghost is often seen roaming the grounds. Even stranger, children at a nearby playground have reported, quote, an invisible woman who likes to push them on the swings. In this bizarre clip, someone catches a mourner kneeling over a grave in a cemetery. Looks as if some ghostly figure is reaching out to try to comfort the man. But what do you think? Ghosts of Gettysburg. Gettysburg National Park in Pennsylvania was the site of the infamous Civil War Battle of Gettysburg. It's also home to the Gettysburg National Cemetery, where approximately 5,000 of the deceased Union and Confederate soldiers were laid to rest. In this video, a tourist spots bizarre orbs in the trees and begins filming them, completely unaware of the even stranger activity her camera is catching on the ground.
Look at that orb up in the tree. Yeah. See that flashing?
What looks to be the ghostly apparitions of Civil War soldiers can be seen appearing and walking the grounds. The woman who filmed the footage says she didn't even see the figures until she reviewed her video. This little light. YouTube user Frankly2112 says that his brother convinced him to come along on a ghost hunt through a graveyard dating back to the 1800s. He starts filming and ends up catching one of the strangest paranormal encounters ever recorded. Did you see it? Watch it again in slow motion. And then, when he pans back... Now, I'm not even sure how to describe what he captures on camera. It almost looks like some sort of apparition with a light in its chest. And then the strange thing just seems to disappear and the light flies away. Frankly2112 says that he couldn't see the apparition and had no idea what he caught until he reviewed his film later. So let me know what you think this thing looks like. Hold on. A teen named Jesse Greathouse and his family were vacationing in Savannah, Georgia when they decided to visit a Civil War graveyard. As Jesse films across the cemetery, he catches something unbelievable as an oddly pale little boy comes running down the path. The boy seems to jump into a tree, then drops back to the ground and simply disappears behind a grave.
Hold on.
The photographer is so baffled by what he's seeing that he actually just stops filming. The video has been examined by visual effects experts, and they say that there's absolutely no evidence of editing or video manipulation. Shapes and shadows. Stacy from the YouTube channel Misguided Road Trips and Patty from G-Team Paranormal make a trip to a secluded graveyard out in the middle of the remote woods of Georgia. At first, it's a bit creepy, but everything goes as expected. However, Stacy and Patty soon realize that they may not be alone out in the dark woods.
Stacy. Stacy. There's a light over there. I don't know if y'all see that. Stacy, I see eyeballs. I don't
think that's a light. I think what I just saw was eyeballs right over there. Oh my God.
Although they're a little shaken up, the two continue deeper into the forest.
This is really scary, guys. I don't get scared very often. What the hell is that? There's just something right there. What is that? I think I'm not seeing things. It's me, Stacy. I'm not seeing things. What is that?
Some strange shadow is just standing motionless near one of the low cemetery walls. Stacy and Patty decide to make a quick exit.
It's a big something dark, just dark. Something dark standing there. Oh my God! It just moved. It just moved. Stacy, it just moved. I think we should go.
I think we need to go too, Patty. I don't like this.
Moving.
Oh my God.
Where'd it go?
I think we need to go. I'm telling you, I want to get out of here.
I don't feel right. I don't feel right.
But apparently, they don't leave soon enough.
Stacy, what the was that? What? Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! You scared the out of me! Oh my God!
Sorry. Oh my God.
Did something touch you?
Yes, something touched me. It's like it tagged on my shirt, pulling me back.
There's something over there, Stacy. Oh my
I
God!
want to leave.
I want to go too. Oh my God! Oh my God! What the just pushed me down? Stacy!
I don't know.
Stacy, something just pushed me down.
You can watch the rest of Stacy and Patty's videos as well as their follow-up investigations over on their YouTube channels, Misguided Road Trips and G-Team Paranormal, where science ends. YouTube user L.R. Williams Jr. posted a video of a very strange anomaly at the Oakwood Cemetery in Michigan.
What we're doing right now is we're taking the farthest entrance into the cemetery. And as you can see down this little road, we're going to be heading down a hill. Just a very short, or a very small hill, rather. And just to demonstrate what's going to happen here, I'm first going to put my car in neutral. It is in neutral. I'm going to take my foot off the pedals. There's some bird poop on my window. Enjoy that. And now, as you can see, with my foot off the pedal and the car in neutral, we're rolling downhill. That is what you would expect. Nothing unusual about that. That's just good physics, right? Well, if you're going to do this little test yourself, you'll notice that over here there's a tree with a big knothole. You'll want to pull your vehicle right up toward it and put your car in neutral and watch what happens. We're rolling backwards up the hill. My feet are off the pedal. Car is still in neutral. It's the weirdest darn thing. And I don't know how or why it does it, but it does it consistently every time. I'm gonna drive back down here. We'll go right by the knothole to show you. Some more scudge in my window. Okay, right next to it. Car back in neutral. And rolling backwards up the hill. I have no idea. I don't really want to know how it works. I just know that it does. And it's the weirdest thing. Yeah, my feet are off the pedals. Alright, so looks like by this tree, we stop and we start going forward again. Anyway, if you want to try it for yourself, Oakwood Cemetery in Farmington, Michigan, It's a cool cemetery, by the way. Lots of really unique old markers. Some of them very, very old. But the real draw for me is not the markers as much as being able to roll backwards uphill.
Note that the car rolls both ways when in neutral, both up and down the hill. But here's something that might be even stranger in this video. YouTube commenters began to point out that a creepy, unexplained voice could be heard in the middle of the video.
Still in neutral? It's the weirdest darn thing, and I don't know how or why it does it.
So, just what do you think is going on at Oakwood Cemetery in Michigan? Is it just an optical illusion and the sound of the wind? You decide. People watching. In this next entry, we go back again to Cornwall, England, which apparently has some of the most haunted graveyards in the world. This time, the YouTube channel Ghost Adventures of Cornwall is investigating another allegedly haunted graveyard. Investigator Mark Davies captures a bizarre floating white mist between graves.
They took the mass.
Wow.
Like a white mass.
Hold on a minute, Wendy's catching something on the camera.
Yeah, it's right there.
Wow, she's got a white mass.
Yeah, right there on the headstone.
Really?
That's more or less where you were standing.
Keep recording it, Wen. Keep recording it. You have got it on record, haven't you?
Yeah,
Wow, she's got a white mist.
it's like a white ball of mist. Gone.
It's gone now. Turn the light on, it's gone. Is it still there now, Wen?
No,
It's gone.
it's gone.
Well, at least
Then, they notice something odd about one of the tombstones.
feel a breeze.
I've got all kinds of going on here, mate.
Wendy's catching loads of stuff right now.
All kinds of going on.
What are you catching, Wendy?
Then that headstone there,
Yeah.
right?
Where the lights?
It almost looks as if a spirit is peeking out at them from behind the stone. So is this a ghost caught on camera, or just a trick of the light? Let me know. Shaking like a leaf. This next video was supposedly filmed by a young guy touring the Universal Cemetery in Barranquilla, Colombia. This video has become a bit of a classic ghost video on the internet, and has even been featured in multiple paranormal TV shows. But what do you think? Ghost caught on camera? Or just a really good fake the passenger? This next chilling CCTV video was allegedly shared to the public by an anonymous taxi driver in Japan. He says that a little after 1 a.m. he saw a woman on the street raise her hand to hail his taxi. He pulls over and stops. But what happens next is truly bizarre. The taxi driver remotely opens the door in the back with a switch, expecting the woman to step inside the vehicle. But when he looks again, there's no one there. So, the confused driver simply closes the door and drives away. But just a few minutes later, he drives through a tunnel on the road. Without him knowing, his drive recorder captures something absolutely terrifying. the extremely disturbing figure of a woman can be seen appearing in the backseat of his car. Not once, but twice. She appears distorted with a swollen face, one creepy eye open and one closed. The taxi driver claims that he had no idea what was happening so close behind him. He says that he felt a disturbing chill at the time, but he didn't see or hear anything unusual. The driver believes this to be the manifestation of a spirit of the victim of a traffic accident on this road, forever lost on the streets of Japan, trying to get a ride back home. A spooky video from an anonymous Dutch YouTuber named Sabia L. At the time, the video was a bit of a mystery, as all the information I had was her YouTube username, Sabia L, and that she was living in Holland. But since then, I've actually been able to contact Sabia and ask her about her videos. Sabia shared with me that she lives in a small apartment in Holland in a house that was built in 1923. She says she doesn't really know the history of the house, but that ever since she moved in last year, she noticed a presence in the home. Cabinet doors open and close on their own, things move, and on multiple occasions she has seen a dark shadow out of the corner of her eye. Sabia says that she was a skeptic before she moved in, but after experiencing the repeated paranormal activity, she became a believer. Now, after I featured Sabia L's video last time, she received many encouraging comments from Nuke's Top 5 viewers, and so she decided to start filming more of the strange activity in her home. One night, she captures something downright creepy.
De lampen stil. Dat is dat vieze creepy ass keukentje. Kijk, dat bedoel ik dus. Dat is het licht. Fuck, ik kom niet. Zie, er is hier dus. Dit is dus het lichtknopje. Deze deur is gewoon dicht. Er is hier gewoon echt helemaal niemand. Zie je zo'n ding? Kijk. Het is hier echt heel.
heavy sliding door that's fairly difficult to move actually slides sideways completely on its own. Sabia is freaked out but tries to stay calm. The light in the kitchen then shuts on and off and a cabinet door opens and closes. Sabia can't find any explanation for the strange activity. Another night, and she records again as the presence seems to be getting more and more aggressive.
Kijk. Zie. Poes gaat er ook al vandoor. Oh. Is dit allemaal? Ik vind het helemaal niet leuk. Oh. Oh my god. Ik ben dus helemaal alleen. Oh, dat ding. Oké, ik ga hier weg. Oh, er gebeurt nou te veel in mijn huis.
And then, only 2 days later, Sabia captures something else. Something absolutely horrifying. Sabia watches from her bedroom as all of her lights flicker on and off. She suddenly hears the voice of what sounds like a young girl, but the voice is so low and muffled that it's barely comprehensible in Dutch. But that's not even the creepiest part of the video. Because, did you see it? Watch one more time. A horrifying dark figure can be seen standing in Sabia's living room, seemingly watching her from behind the sliding door before it disappears into thin air. So is Sabia's home haunted by a dark presence? Let me know what you think. You can watch all of Sabia L's paranormal encounters over on her YouTube channel, Sabia L.